Hey friend, welcome to the channel where organizing chaos is an art. My name is Michelle and I am the founder of MEESH Agency and Chaos Coach. If you've been running a creative business for some time now with no structure and just running on vibes and burnout, I'm here to tell you that you're in the right hands because I'm going to provide you the clarity that you need. Hi friends, I'm going to show you how to extract that mental data that you're storing in your head to organize the things you need to get done this week. I'm going to utilize the tool Trello and show you a 3-step process on how to visually map out what you need to get done and no longer mentally store information in your mind to figure out what you need to get done next. So let's get into it. So once you are logged into Trello, you're going to click right here and click Create New Board. Now you can choose your background. I'm just going to do a pink purple. Your board title, I'm going to name it just task management. You can name it however you like. Mental storage, brain dump, whatever the case may be, and then create. Okay, so once your board populates, sometimes Trello will automatically populate columns list for you. Just know that if it does not mean that you need to utilize what it gives you. You can always delete those lists and change them however you like. Okay, so since it didn't auto-populate anything for me, we're going to just dive right in. Now, for your list, I like to look at these as projects. So I'm going to ask you, what are the 3 top priorities that you need to get done this week? What top 3 projects are you needing to work on? So for example, this could look like, well, I need to get my podcast done, add that list, maybe my blog, and there's definitely some things to do with the website, so let's put that there. All right, so now we can visually see our 3 top priorities. Now, we don't want to stop there because there are things that needs to get done within these priorities. So that's where add a card comes in. Add a card can be your deliverable. So let's click on it. And for example, for podcast, to get that launched, I need to do podcast development and strategy. Second thing is episode production and editing. And then the last deliverable could be the podcast launch. There are things that needs to get done after you produce your videos, edit them, and now you need to get them launched. So let's go ahead and add. All right, so now we got the 3 deliverables under one of the top priorities. Now, there could be multiple things that needs to get done for podcast development and strategy, and we can visually document that within Trello. So what you will need to do is click on the card, and once this window opens up, you will see some labels here, add labels, dates, checklist, members. So since we want to create a list of things to do to get podcast development and strategy completed, let's create a checklist. I'm going to call this checklist things to do. Add. All right, so let's discuss what needs to get done with podcast development and strategy. First things first, it could definitely be defining the podcast concept, my target audience, and maybe the episode format. All right. Second thing is creating the show name and tagline, because we can't have a podcast with no show name. And clearly, I cannot spell today. All right, add. And then maybe we need to write and record an intro. Okay. So now we can visually see the things that we need to specifically do for podcast development and strategy. It creates this nice checklist, very simple. It has a percentage bar to show you what has been completed. So if I was to finish getting my concept done, I can mark this. And we can see 33% of podcast development and strategy has been completed. So let's click out of this. And then you can visually see on your main board that we have 1 out of 3 tasks completed. If you want to make this fun and interactive, of course, our creative brains, in order for us to enjoy something, let's razzle dazzle it up. Let's edit card, and we can change the cover. So you can choose from different photos, maybe have your own image. Sometimes I personally like to upload photos that matches my list. So if it's podcast, maybe I'll upload a picture of headphones or a mic. But just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and click these palm trees and be done with it. And there you go. So this is how you can create a visual chart in Trello to map out to those top priorities, break them down, and give you a visual of what needs to get done. You can delegate tasks better with your teammates, see when it needs to get done because you can add your due dates, and hold yourself accountable. So there it is. There's Trello. Hope you enjoy. And if you need additional help, you can always reach out to me at www.meeshagency.com.